Welcome to Not at Whitechapel Farm. This weekend, I'm not doing any work. I'm taking it easy because I'm off on business. So we've popped along to the races. So you'll get to see some ponies as we take it easy for a couple of days. And I'll speak to you in a minute and let you know what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks. You, babe. Go on, go on. You won, babe. Big winner shout. Yeah.
How much did I win?
Happy Saturday, everybody. Whitechapel has a problem. So for those that can't remember from right at the start, we're on a bit of a journey here with this old farmhouse and the barns. And while we're going to be converting the barns into living accommodation, we also have to look after the farm and the main house. The main house is going to be the last thing that we work on. And this week, the water went off. So I'm going to take you up to show you where the water comes from and what the problem is. But basically what it means is no hard work this week because of the lack of water, which means we've got to be really careful with how many times we shower during the day. And also, I've been pretty tired and I'm off to Sydney next week, so I don't want to be exhausted for that long flight. And also, it's racing day, so we had some time at the races and I won. Yay! Actually, Joe won as well, didn't you? You won some races. Yep, you won some races. So I thought what I would do this week is show you some of the things that we're going to be doing and what the plans are going to be, and also what we're going to have to do about the water supply. So why don't you come along with us and we'll take you through it.
Hey, so David is in Australia this week. We filmed the last parts where we were stood in the field. When we went up to the water, the microphone wasn't working again, despite us having got another microphone. So I'm supposed to be the technical person that sorts out all the videos, so fail on my part on that one, but he's now in Sydney, and so I thought rather than doing some horrific dub over the actual video itself, I would take you down and show you again, and hopefully this audio will record just fine. So I'm just going to walk round and let's take a look. I've just come through that gate, so this is our property on this side, and this is our fence line that you can see behind, and this gate brings us into this field, which is our neighbour's field, and this is where our water supply is, just up here. So let's walk up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey there, what you drinking?
Okay, so we are here at the water tank. So this tank feeds our house, all of our properties, including the barns, and two other properties down the hill. So two houses, one of which is not lived in currently. So it's really vital, obviously, to us and to the infrastructure of not just our house, but the whole project that we're doing. And the water flow into here hasn't been great since we moved in. There was an issue with it a couple of summers ago when we had that really hot summer, and it basically dried up, and that's happened again. So we're going to have the spring itself fixed, which will put more water into this tank, so I'll tell you more about that. Okay, so you can't see it from here, but 1.5 miles in this direction is where the spring is that our water comes from. So it's an aquifer fed water spring, and it goes out of that spring, like I said, about 1.5 miles up, and it comes through a pipe all the way down this hill, and it comes into this water tank, and then this water tank feeds 3 properties. The one you can see just down there, there's one here in the middle which is obscured by the trees, and then there's our house which is further down there, which you've seen. And those properties, and particularly adding on the ones that we're renovating, are going to need a decent water supply and a reliable water supply. So it's important that we get this fixed. The issue, as I said, lies with the spring all the way up there. But I thought I'd show you how quickly it's not flowing, and then tell you what it is we're going to do to fix it. Okay, so this is the water tank. This puny little flow of water is what's coming in from the spring. Apparently, before we moved in, this thing used to come out so quick it would blast across and hit the other side of the tank. So this isn't good. It's certainly not enough for 3 houses worth of water. So we are having work done at the spring itself to increase the flow, and to increase the flow coming out of this pipe, and therefore to increase the flow coming into all of our houses. So you can see that there is some water in here, and actually it's only me here this week because David's away and our neighbours are away as well. So this is more than enough for me for a week, but when we really get going, we're going to need much more water than this. So what we're having done to remedy the situation with the water is we're having a specialist company come in, hopefully in the next couple of days. They are going to put, and we're going to get all this terminology wrong, so forgive me, I'm not an expert, but they are going to lower the level of the spring. So we're getting deeper into the water coming out of the aquifer. So they're going to lower the level of the spring by a couple of meters, I think, and then they're effectively going to create a tank system around that spring, which will protect it but will also fill up with water, and will just ensure a much more regular flow of water. So David would describe that a lot better than I did, but basically they're lowering the spring, and that's going to really help with the water. So that's being done over the next couple of days. So with that being said, I'll take you back down again to the farm, and I want to talk to you a little bit about a project that we've got coming along to create a vegetable garden area. There's nothing to see right now, but I'll talk to you about what it will look like, and we should be starting work on that over the next, certainly the next month. Okay, so this patch here behind me is going to be our vegetable garden. It's pretty rough right now. It's covered in weeds because I need to go over it with the mower, but it's going to be completely transformed into a flat vegetable patch. So I'll tell you more about it. So you can see this line here that I mowed with a very cheap battery powered mower, which took me all afternoon because I kept having to go in and change the batteries every 5 minutes. But that's aside, this does mark the boundary of where the vegetable garden is going to be. So to the left here, there's going to be a hedgerow and a fence. That's going to divide up the rest of the hill here, which will be paddocks and fields. And then to the right of this badly mowed border is going to be the vegetable garden, or as we sometimes call it, the market garden. So there is a slight dip you can see here on the ground. It doesn't really pick up on the camera, but it's not completely flat, almost, but not completely. So we're going to level this ground here, and I'll try and make some fancy graphics. I might be overdoing the AI this week, so I apologize. But basically, long story short, it's going to go from the end of this wall here, and it's going to come across and up to this fence boundary that will be here. The timeline for us having this completed right now is a couple of months. We are always wildly over ambitious with our timelines. David works full time, I'm working as well, running my own business. weather is playing a big factor, so we'll see. But we're aiming for having it done in a couple of months, and I'm absolutely chock-a-block in the greenhouse. Like, there is no more space in my little greenhouse, so we really do need this space to be growing on our veggies.
This is one of the barns at the back of the plot, but we're going to keep this one. So because of its size, it can be used to a lot of things. So we're going to have it some new stable doors put on there that are going to come out into the market garden, and the gate going up into the hill. So if we have any ponies or anything in the future, they've got somewhere to go out and graze in the daytime. We're also going to put in there sawmill, a workshop, but also I'm going to call it a kitchen area. So we can, when we start to have, chickens, rabbits, and all that kind of stuff, we've got somewhere to process them. And that's going to be all in that one building. We're going to put a nice face on the front of it. We're going to put some extra security on it. At the moment, we've just got the telehandler in there. We've still not had too many names. If we don't get any names soon, it's going to be called Gazgull, and I will paint it like an orc war truck. So ask your kids, ask your friends, family what we should call the big green telehandler. So yeah, so this building here is going to be the heart really of the working part of the farm. And yeah, that's going to take time. In between doing some big jobs, we'll probably do some work on that. I am going to cover it in solar where I can, and we're going to have some batteries in there just so that that's got its own independent power supply from the grid, and everything will just run on solar in there. So it's really more lots of power for summer, and then over winter it's just to keep the place ticking over. So yeah, that's going to be the main barn. Moving on to the right, you'll see here's the back of the old stone barns. We've not really showed you this much at the moment. Next week I'll walk you through the other side, what we're going to be doing on there. Looks like we've had something asleep. Some deer or something have been asleep there. But yeah, effectively this old barn on the back was used for moving sheep and livestock, but mainly sheep, and it's going to come down. So as well as taking all the buildings down on the front of the barns, we're going to take all the buildings down off the back, and then what this will release is a little bit of garden space. But if you come and follow me, I'll show you just how bad the buildings are. So yeah, so the buildings are basically just a steel frame attached to the back of the old stone barns, and just lots of wood and steel on there. So it's just going to be a case of ripping all this off, digging up the concrete. I'll probably dig up the concrete to this line, and yeah, that can be some nice garden space on the back of these. And it's just going to be hard work. There's a lot of steel in there. I'll probably have to get some proper torch cutters. I was going to say the word then, but it escaped me. So yes, this is going to be hard work, and it's probably going to be a couple of months of work. And I want to get this done this year so that over summer and then through winter, the back of the building has time to dry out, but also we get to see it. You can see here the state of the old building. Joe's probably going to have to come in because of the way the sun is. But yeah, but basically you see the state of the old building. It does need time to dry out. The other thing I want to get this done for at the end of summer is that we've had some swallows in here, and we don't really want to disturb the swallows over the breeding time. So we're leaving them be just at the moment. The good thing is there's no bats in here, which is a surprise, but there's no bats in here, which is handy. So yeah, so all of this has got to come down and be disposed of. That's going to be a big job for everybody, and especially those that are going to be helping me. So yeah, so that's the two big barns at the back. This one's staying and going to be made to look lovely. This one is coming down and is going to create some space around the back.
All right, so I think that's us done for this week. It's been quite a quiet one because, like I said, David's away. We've been crappy weather. It's just been raining on and off all week. You can't get anything out and get any tools going, trimming, mowing, because the second you get everything out, it just rains. But hey, it's good for the garden. So yeah, that's going to be it for this week. Next week I think we're back to the big heavy demolishy type jobs, probably knocking down the rest of that stone barn, finishing off the wood panelled barn that we have pulled down a couple of weeks ago, and we need to get the compost heaps finished too. Other than that, I shall bid you farewell, and we'll see you next week.